Hey, I'm back. I wanted to give you some feedback on the mealworm article that you read. So, the first question says, which question is answered in the section Popular Bugs for Kids? So I'm going to scroll down to that section. There are more than 2,000 kinds of these tiny creatures that we can eat, but where to start? Here, Yoon shares 3 popular bugs for kids. And it goes on to talk about crickets, mealworms, and insects. So, when you read through this, let's look at the answer choices. Does it answer the question, how do some bugs taste? Well, it tells us that crickets can be made in chocolate balls, chips, and you can buy them on online stores. Cattle eat them. Black ants, he says they taste like lemon hard candy. The mealworm says has a nutty flavor. So it looks like it gives us how these bugs taste. So the correct answer is A, but let's look through the other ones and make sure there's no tricks. How long have people eaten bugs? It does not tell us in that section how long people have been eating bugs for. How does eating bugs help the environment? It does not tell us how eating bugs helps the environment. And it doesn't tell us how many people normally eat bugs. So the best answer there would be A, how do some bugs taste? Number 2 says, which sentence from the introduction explains why eating meat can be bad for the planet? So I'm going to go back to the top and find where it talks about eating meat. I'm just going to skim and scan here. Also, the earth is heating up. Scientists say it is partly because of the meat we eat. So we know that because we're eating meat, the earth is heating up and greenhouse gases are trapping heat in the air. So, the United Nations released a report. Well, it does say that, but that does not answer the question of why eating meat can be bad. Eating bugs could be good for the environment. Well, it does tell us that eating bugs could be good, but that doesn't tell us why eating meat is bad. Farm animals release methane into the air. Right here in the section where it talks about the meat, it does say that the earth is heating up because we're eating meat, and that is because farm animals release methane into the air, so that could be a possibility. Some chefs want us to try bugs for dinner. Also says that, but that doesn't have anything to do with why eating meat can be bad for the planet, so C is the correct answer. Number 3, read the following sentence from the section Tasty and Healthy. He encourages people to try edible insects. Which word could replace encourages without changing the meaning of the sentence? So, let's look. He feeds people to try edible insects. Well, that doesn't make sense. He urges people to try edible insects. Urges means like he tries really hard. So that one makes sense. He orders people to try edible insects. Well, that could make sense, but he's also not saying that he's making them. If you order somebody to do something, that means you're like telling them and making them. Or he opposes people to try edible insects. Oppose means you're against it. He's definitely not against it because he's trying to get people to eat edible insects. So urges is the correct answer. And then the last one, read the sentence from the section Popular Bugs for Kids. In total, they have about the same amount of protein as beans, meat, or fish. What does the word total mean? Well, we know from math that total means whole, but let's make sure it makes sense in the sentence. Insects are good for the body. They also have important vitamins and minerals. In total, they have about the same amount of proteins as beans, meat, or fish. So total we know means whole, and that would make sense here. In all, basically, they have the same amount of proteins as beans do, as meat does, or as fish do.